Hi everyone, welcome back to Brain Dump. I'm Kai. How are you guys doing? Because I'm doing just great. It's Sunday, October 15th. I woke up at 2:30 and then I went and DoorDashed until 7. Yeah, I just couldn't sleep, so I woke up at 2. I think I left at like 3:30 to go DoorDashing. Here's the thing. So, when I woke up at 2 a.m., I was like, wait, isn't Renee Rapp coming to Atlanta? So I got my little Ticketmaster and I was like, yes, she is on Tuesday. Tickets are $75 for general admission. I'm like, okay, I don't have $75, but I can if I DoorDash enough. So I made $40 this morning, but I think I'm gonna go out again later to try to get some more. But yeah, that's the goal. I want to go to that concert so bad because I love her, but I think I can do it. But I'll let you know. So my album comes out a month from today, and that also means I'm in my last month as a teenager forever. That's fucking scary! But also, I am so excited. Oh, also, I started carrying around this pocket-sized notepad, and I bring it everywhere I go, and I take little notes instead of going on my phone. You know when you just get the urge to take your phone out of your pocket, but since I don't have social media, there's nothing to do on there. So I just wind up aimlessly scrolling around my homepage, and it's so pointless. So anyway, this notepad, there's nothing to do on my phone, truly. And I'd rather be writing down like what's on my mind or just documenting what's going on for me in that moment, because I have really bad memory. And even just, I think I started carrying this notebook around a week and a half ago. I suck at remembering what I did yesterday, the day before, what I ate for breakfast. And this notebook is helping me with my memory loss because I'm like, oh, that's what I did yesterday, because I'm documenting everything. I love it, and it's also kept me on top of all of my other journaling too, which I appreciate because sometimes I just forget, and this has made me stay on top of it. Before I start with the topic for this episode, I just want to preface, it's not anyone else's place to tell you what's good for you and what's not. I'm just here sharing my experience, and when I tell you, like, you gotta blah blah blah, I'm probably just talking to myself because I do preach a lot of things and sometimes I need to hear my own advice, you know? I'm always preaching about how you can't have bad self-talk, and I still talk down on myself sometimes, but anyway, I'm working on it. I'm just saying, sometimes I just feel like I need to yell at myself. Like, you need to stop doing this. I'm not yelling at you. I'm probably just talking to myself. Also, I'm not a mental health professional, like I've said. This is just shit that's on my brain. It's not an educational podcast whatsoever. Today's topic is it's kind of something that makes me feel awful to admit, because I do not want to seem ungrateful for the people that I have in my life. I am so grateful, but it's just all my life I've never been anyone's first choice. I guess you could call it, like, priority, but that just makes me feel even more sick admitting. It's hard to explain because I don't want to say it in, like, a woe is me type thing. I want to explain it like this is just how I've felt my entire life. Even when I've had a best friend, I'm not their best friend, you know? There's always someone else that comes first, which is okay. That's why it makes me feel so gross and just disgusted with myself even saying this stuff, because I feel selfish, and it's like, why do I expect to be anybody else's first choice? Why is that something that I just expect from people? It's not realistic. And there's probably so many people that feel like they're not a first choice for anyone. I know this is not an uncommon feeling. And once again, I just hate admitting this. It makes me feel sick. And for my entire life, it feels like I've been trying to play catch up, and I've never been someone's number one. Like, yes, I have had best friends, but there's always someone else. I've prioritized so many people in my life, and it's like sometimes I'll just think that they're my best friend, and I'll misinterpret the situation, and it's like, damn, we're actually not best friends. You have a lot of other choices, and I'm not even the second or third choice, and that's okay. I really just do get attached way too quickly. That's a part of this big problem. After thinking on that for a while, I realized I was always so focused on being other people's number one because I craved that validation. Being realistic, I'll probably never find someone that puts me first, and that's not a bad thing because I'm the only one that should be putting me first. I think everyone should have themselves as their number one, and that's been a tough pill to swallow because I have a toxic relationship with validation. My brain tells me I need it all the time, but I don't. I really don't. It's okay. Having to fight the urge to ask for validation, like, are you mad at me, or what did I do wrong? that's driven so many people away. Trust is a big thing with this because I have to trust that my friends would tell me if there's something I'm doing wrong. There are some people that won't communicate with you what you're doing wrong, so you go months fucking up over and over again because you think you're doing everything that you can, you know? So I'm still working on that. People leave before I even get a chance to speak my side or apologize for the correct things, and not just the things that I saw that I was doing wrong at the time. I am not perfect, and some things just take time to realize, oh, yep, I fucked that up. 100% that was my fault. And I don't know, lately I've just been down in the dumps about things like this. Like, I'm trying to look at it with that mindset that I need to be my own number one. It just sucks because sometimes it's like, you can make time for other people. Like, why am I not worth making time for? Of course, it links back to my trauma because it always does. When I was growing up, the people that were caring for me had other big things to worry about. And that's when I learned to be a people pleaser because I never wanted to ask for help because I knew how much of an inconvenience it could be. Once I learned that having those people-pleasing tendencies could bring me that extra validation and that reassurance, then I started putting everyone else first. My feelings were the last priority. As I'm growing up, though, I'm trying to please myself the way I used to please other people, and that's a part of putting myself first, and I'm slowly learning to just be kinder to myself. There have been so many friendships and relationships where I just make myself too available. Like, yes, I waited all day for your call. Of course I missed you. I've had to tone back some of those things because it does push people away, and I can come off as too much. It's just, it's me, you know? I've had to pull back my own energy to see if people were actually interested in being in my life, and, you know, once I stopped putting in the effort, there's some people that I stopped hearing from. And to this day, that's okay. Also, this is so random, but I feel like it's something that contributes to a lot of people leaving. A few years ago, also, this is just me being an overthinker because every little thing that someone says to me will stick out in my mind for years. So, a few years ago, someone told me that talking to me is like talking to a brick wall. And then recently, someone that I really cared about told me that talking to me is like talking to an AI bot. Like, I'm not trying to be funny right now. What the fuck am I doing to make people say shit like that? Am I really that boring? I always think that my personality is too much, but then I hear shit like this and I think I'm not enough. There is never a good middle ground, and it's not fair because people are rarely truthful about what they're thinking to spare my feelings. They treat me like I'm some delicate little kid because they know how sensitive I am, but it's because I feel like every fucking decision I make winds up negatively impacting me. And I know that's not true. It's not every decision, but I can be really stupid sometimes. I think I've become less stupid lately because I think before I act, because I've had to learn in the past few months. I've done really stupid shit and I've made bad choices, but there's so many questions that are left unanswered because I simply don't understand why no one tells me these things before they leave. If you would have communicated with me the list of endless things that I was doing wrong months ago, then I could have made better decisions and not continuously fuck up the whole relationship. I don't know how I got here. I'm so sorry. Sometimes being a second choice is simply out of my hands. There's a lot of things in life that are out of my hands, and there's something about that I don't like, because I want to be able to control exactly how my life goes. But I know that's simply impossible. I know that. I just don't like when things change. Change is really scary. If me and that person were never supposed to click like that, if I was never supposed to be their number one, the universe has made up its mind. It's all good. It doesn't matter. I've had to become more aware of my attachments to people, and in the back of my head, I always knew that it was unhealthy. Like, you need to stop. That's not healthy. You shouldn't be that attached to this person. But actually stepping back and making the effort to stop doing that to myself was really difficult. And once I stopped, I started seeing myself as a human being, and I started caring about what I thought of me, not how others think of me, because that doesn't matter. I had never valued my opinion on myself because I always let other people determine what I thought of myself. But having so much alone time and not interacting with that many people, you get to know yourself as a human being, and I just feel like I value my own opinion a lot more now, and I trust myself. I have compassion and I have faith in myself for the first time, and that's so weird. One day I'd like to think that I'll have a connection with someone in that way, but until then, I'm perfectly content being my own first choice. I'm done begging people for the slightest bit of attention. It's not it's not fun and it's not worth it. That's pretty much all I gotta say about that. That's been kind of overwhelming my brain the past week, but just talking through it right now, you guys don't understand how many epiphanies I come to during these podcast episodes, because talking through it and being like, wow, that's why I think of it that way. That's why my brain works like that. It's just so weird, and it's great. I get to figure shit out as I talk through it with myself. Oh my gosh, I went to the Eras movie on Friday night, which was technically opening night, but she opened it a day early. Anyway, I had VIP seats, courtesy of my bestie, Sanders. I love you. It was so great, just singing along with Taylor in a room full of Swifties. It was awesome, and even though I went by myself, I am really loving doing things by myself. You gotta learn to be your own best friend to keep yourself company. And being honest, if you're in a room full of Taylor Swift fans, you're not alone, because I made so many friends while I was there. One more thing before I go. If you guys could go over to my Spotify or Apple Music or wherever you listen to your music and follow my artist profile, I would greatly appreciate that, so you get notified when my album comes out next month. And I also released a single the other day, just for kicks and giggles. Music isn't something I want to pursue professionally, and it's just something I do for fun. I'm just writing songs and having fun. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys next week. Remember that you are loved, you are valued, and you are appreciated. And it's okay to not be anybody's first choice. As long as you are your own first choice, everything's fine. You're gonna be great. Everything's gonna be okay. Anyway, alright, bye.